Hello and welcome back, Raiders and Raiderettes. Chesty Puller here with another video for Raid Shadow Legends. I wanted to help people get through the Doom Tower, and this is Doom Tower normal, floor 50. I know there's a lot of videos out there for hard, and I just wanted to show a couple of options for some of the newer players who are struggling with the Scarab King. The Scarab King can be one of the hardest bosses. The reason is because if you do not have shield up, he can just wreck your team quickly. So you need shield up. In this case, I'm going to be using Mithrala and Helicath for my shields. And once you get your shields up, then you're pretty safe. The other thing is that I'm using a destroy set on my Cold Heart, and I'm using Siphi for her lead because she has increased resistance, which can help us to not take any debuffs at all if we get lucky. So, and then I'm using Allure and Cold Heart for turn meter control. You'll notice I had a little problem here. It says not responding. You might get these from time to time. If you just wait for a second, then that will usually kick back in. This was a really long one. I was almost ready to reset. And the reason that this probably happened is I think I had Raid open for overnight. And so the way that you can correct this is to close completely the program and reopen it. I think that's the problem here because it keeps non-responding a couple of times. But I was in the middle of making a video, so I didn't want to reset in the middle of the video. So you'll notice we do have the shield up most of the fight. And you'll notice at the top there is a purple bar. That is the Scarab King's shield. He has a shield of his own. It doesn't show up as a shield icon. It just shows up as that purple bar at the top of the red bar. And that is his shield. Coldheart has a destroy set on, and she can knock through that shield pretty quickly if she gets a turn. She uses a turn meter control turn called Heartseeker, and that will knock about half of that shield off. You can't do much damage to the Scarab King while that purple bar is up, so that's your first priority. Usually Coldheart comes in and the first hit there, she just did it right there. She took about half of his shield off. Usually the first hit she will do that, but she got debuffed and she couldn't do it. And so now you'll notice that the Scarab King has lots of debuffs up, and he just stole two of our buffs. He stole a shield and a block debuff. But getting a block debuff once you have already got Hex and all these poisons and everything else and the weaken up there isn't going to do him much good because he still has all those debuffs up there. We just can't put any more on him now. Sometimes he'll steal my block damage, and that's not good. So there was one way. I wanted to adjust it. I wanted to take a lure out and see what would happen. I'm testing Mithrala. Mithrala is only level 50. I just got her, and I haven't had a chance to upgrade her yet. But I wanted to try it without a lure. And I was just thinking how I could make it quicker. And if I bring Ugo in, then she will put up block buffs. And if she puts up block buffs, then even if the Scarab King wants to steal my stuff, he might be able to steal it, but he won't be able to put it on himself. So I want her to, the first thing I want her to use is her block debuffs skill. I didn't set it that way, I just set it so that she would not use it in the second battle or the second wave, so that it should be ready to go on the boss run. So if you want to definitely make sure that she uses that first, you could set that as the round 3 to use that as the first priority. That's what I should have done, but I figured just by not allowing her to use it on the second run, it would be ready, and I think it is. The AI knows that that is a high priority. That's usually what she does first. Not always, but usually. Ugo is an epic, but Ugo is essentially, I use her in almost every team because her skills are off the chart. They are, it's a short cooldown for that skill, her A3 I think it is, and man, it is so powerful. I'll be able to usually shorten a run almost in half just by using Ugo, because not only does she put up decreased defense, which is AoE decreased defense, which is super important for waves and things like that, but also she puts up block buffs, so your enemy cannot buff themselves, which is really huge. Again, the reason I'm doing this video is because this Scarab boss used to be the thing that would frustrate me the most. Notice he's trying to put a lot of provokes and so on and so forth, and all he got was my Cold Heart. Sify should have come in there with block debuffs, but it's okay because Mithrala is going to clear all of the debuffs and put on a strengthen and so forth. But the key here, I think, is having enough resistance to prevent the Scarab from putting provoke on everybody. And then if he does put provoke on everybody, they can't use their shields, and therefore because he'll strip you, put a provoke on you, and then you'll be stuck hitting him without any shields, and then he just wrecks your team. I'm going to do a couple more runs. I like this. This is my fastest run for floor 50 by changing Ugo in there. That was a good move, and you know, it's all experiment. You know, you have to see what works. I want to clear this secret room real quick, and then I'll go back to doing a couple of more runs on the Scarab King. See if I can get the time down on it a little bit more. This should be a pretty quick and easy. Yeah, this is another thing to think about. You know, like when you're going to go do something, check to see what is the best aura, you know, that you have. And in this case, I don't think I need defense. Accuracy would be good, but resistance, particularly in the Doom Tower, is always good. Resistance is primarily, I think, almost every floor I use resistance as my lead aura, and the reason for that is if you can resist the debuffs, then you really don't even have to strip them. So it's actually better than a stripper, than a debuff stripper. It's better. And in this case, it's not likely that anybody's going to get a turn. So I could have gone with. That's why I didn't need defense, because it's not likely that they're going to get a turn. This is only Doom Tower normal. Now Doom Tower hard, they'll always get a turn. It's really difficult to wipe a Doom Tower hard wave in one hit, so you have to have a lot more defense. I'll do Doom Tower hard, usually with a defense lead. I apologize, it's so glitchy. This is because I should have reloaded the program. If you do have that problem, try reloading the program. We'll go back tomorrow. It looks like I'll get Gwyneth on tomorrow's secret room, provided I can clear it. I can always clear the Doom Tower normal secret rooms. I sometimes have problems with the Doom Tower hard rooms, as I think everybody does. You have to be really in game to be able to clear all the Doom Tower hard secret rooms, because they are so obscure and they want you to use rares and all rares from Spirit and things like that. I have like one good rare Spirit. I literally think I have 3 rares that I use. Cold Heart is the primary one. I also use Eris in my Doom Tower, not my Doom Tower, but in my Clan Boss team. And I think I use Kale still in Faction Wars. And I think that's it. I do have a well-built Reliquary Tender who is really awesome. Probably to this stage in the game still one of my better cleanser healers before Mithrala came along. Mithrala is a little bit better of a cleanser, because she doesn't only cleanse, she also adds buffs.